All right, that should be good. Whoever's trying to watch on YouTube.
Group up on one side can be so hard. So wrapping out middle B Shotzi, the rest of his team trying to push it in through the front. Super takes on two, and there's your player from mid. That's exactly what you.
P2s are usually pretty decent for us. I think all of this map really stemmed with the P3s, and I'll go into kind of what was occurring there. Did Miami surprise you guys, or did we make some crucial mistakes that made them look good at hardpoint? Kind of both. I think even the players talked about it when we were talking about the match afterwards, but Miami does play a little bit differently, like playstyle wise, than other teams, and this is the first time we even spawned in versus them, because we weren't able to play them the first week because they were Traix was out and traveling, and then once it was time to play them, we were basically 1 week out, so a lot of teams just don't play each other like 1 week out like that. But so that kind of caught us off a little off guard, but I think it was kind of mainly the thing we were focused on was this exposure, because that was something that was pretty strong for us in scrims, and we trolled a couple of these holds. Hey, it's Sabs. Appreciate the resub for 1 month. Thank you. Both P3s we get broken on here. So this is the first one. And whenever you're spawning in the back here, this is like the worst situation for anything. Hard as fuck to break the P3 from the back. Hard as fuck to rotate because they can cut off wherever. So you're kind of just in the absolute depths for the next two hills. And that's kind of what we got trapped in both P3s, because we were able to get perked. Or we were... What are you tweeting? Wait, Mace, did you not say that? No, it was a clickbait title, chat. But low-key, like, he kind of thinks it. I didn't realize Traix started 0-7. He actually brought that shit back. It's tippable. Why are a lot of pros just pulling out their pistol mid gunfight? Is it really that OP? Instead of reloading, and yeah, it is pretty fucking good, so. Like, we get the first 2 kills on the first wave, and we're still able to get broken here. Mason's playing bottom server, Kyler's playing out here. Unfortunately, while Brandon is holding this, he's like trying to also jiggle his middle, but low-key Kyler already has that, so Brandon should probably just only be focusing this area, and he would have seen them cross. Because he doesn't see them cross, these guys just appear on Mason's screen. And I think Kyler also gets timing. Yeah, look. Kyler also thinks that this guy would already have been pushed up towards mid. Takes a glance at it. You'll see number 5 here. Takes a glance at it. Unfortunately, doesn't see him. Kills him from behind. And then they're already doubling server. And then the last guy, obviously, blocking for us. Once the kills go down, Ant wants to reinforce the hill to help break this. And as soon as he's actually holding this, perfect timing for super. You'll see number 3. As soon as Ant gives this up, Metals is going to hit it. So timings wise, everything worked out for them too with that. So that's the first P3 break that fucked everything up, or fucked a lot of things up. This is kind of what I was talking about with the rotation. If you're trying to, so like, let's say, I mean, there's 3 different ways to get to the P4, right? The 2 outer routes or middle. Middle is going to be covered every single time because you're holding off hold. So they need to pick up left and they need to pick up right. And they somewhat do it, but Ant is able to actually get through here. He plays this really well. Number 2 can't see him. 5 sees number 1, but he's going to have a 1-on-1 on hill. And Ranker's just not going to be able to expect this. Unfortunately, though, we do die double middle, so they're able to just crunch Ant on time. Even though he's getting like kills like this, we're just gonna be spawning out further than them. Brandon's gonna use his streak. I don't think he ends up getting anything with this streak, unfortunately. It's hard because they can just get into hill. We can take space from it though. So the good thing about streaking here is they can't play the back or anything outside of here. They have to be forced like basically inside the hill. Even if you go under ring, we kill you. If you go under any of these solar panels, you die as well. So you have to go in the hill. So it gives us space to break, but you kind of need to tack things out and actually have numbers for it to actually be useful. And as soon as the kill streak goes down, they're able to push out, and Metals gets that kill. Should 5 hit the round the back? Where? Like here? Like after Kyler gets his kill? I don't really necessarily like, I mean, people are always like, get the spawns, bro. It's 33 seconds. I feel like you have a better chance of breaking onto the hill and forcing them to spawn the back and just trapping the back for P5. Getting spawns is something like you'd rather do early in the hill, but this is a situation or a hill where you can hold it from the front and get fucked if you're in the back. Like if you get the back, and let's say Kyler goes to the back here, and we lose the gunfights on time, now you're trapped and now you're getting double fucking fucked for the P5 and the P4. You know what I mean? So you have to be careful with what you do. Getting the back spawn will spawn them out P5? No? Yeah, exactly. So you're giving them rotation to P5, but also getting fucked in the back. By spawning in the back. They did a really good job here. So obviously with those kills, we're still spawning out solar. We don't get any kills, so they're just moving, rotating towards P5 this way. This is a good play by Metals. He pushes out this spawn, focuses anyone who's trying to wrap back and play for a side here, gets those kills. So we're just dying everywhere, either mid-map. He pushes out to get that way. Now they're playing a line. We're going to spawn deep here. You see a lot of teams play a line through this hill. When I talk about a line, I'm saying you're not playing one side specifically as you would in like a regular hardpoint. You're playing a vertical line, or I guess a horizontal line, depends on how you look at it. In the game, it's vertical, but on the mini map, it's horizontal. Play a horizontal line, block like the closer spawns, and they'll spawn in one of the deeper ones, but you're making sure that if they force the side, then obviously you'll spawn here and play for it. Or if they try and play middle, now you're on both sides and you can kind of sandwich them as they try and go like the wall runs. So you're forcing them to pick a side that they want to play, and you adjust to it, right? So you see this a lot with hills in the middle of the map. So like this map, or this hill, you'll see it sometimes. This hill, you'll see it sometimes. Occasionally you see it on the Colossus P3 if you're like at the boat, right? And you're trying to play for both sides, and they spawn like, let's say P2, and either they hit around, hit through middle, or they play for their side. It's kind of like the most ideal if it's a middle of the map hardpoint like that. So they play this well. I liked how they were playing the P5s. They played the P5s really well. So they get the kill front side. They also get 2 kills middle. Unfortunately, because of this, they're not blocking this spawn. So number 2 is looking for fights here, but we're just going to spawn the other side. That means the last guy on hill, after we get these kills, has to tweak because he has to look at his wall run, but also they're coming this side. So number 2 is not recognizing that, and 1 is just kind of left out on the hill to dry. And they don't realize until they spawn on that side. Mason gets him another middle. Unfortunately, we get time, but we get naded off time. And kind of just get insta-broken. Ranker also just peels Shotzzy off a heady. So a chance for us to retake, or basically tie the game back up. Doesn't end up happening. Shit. This is a really ratty spot that you'll see a lot of players play, chat. If you're ever trying to rank play or playing pubs and shit, this spot to hold like this middle alley right here is really a good spot. P5s, you could use it on P1s. Honestly, even P3s, if you guys are holding from the front and you have someone maybe spawning back out and you want to make sure you're holding the pinch for them before you jump up to the window, this is a great spot. Our squad spawn's really strong in this game. They're apparent. Yeah. I mean, they just have been for the past like 5 years, basically. So it's really controlled. We're asking if we can block. Brandon's already blocking from top server, so he calls that out. With this play, big timing wise, chat. You know, you like to make pinches. You also want to make pinches when they've already spawned up. So the biggest issue that a lot of players have, and this, I mean, sometimes even at the pro level, but even just regular, they want to take this pinch, but they do it at the wrong time. Ant waits until everyone's spawned up, so by the time that he's trying to pinch this, he's not going to fuck up the spawn, and let's say he did it too early, and number 2 would spawn out behind them because of this pinch. Because if you're pinching like this, Brandon is not hard blocking from, he would have to be like basically here to like super hard block. So you got to make sure that you're pinching off of the right time. Bring up your scoreboard, make sure all of them spawn up. Boom, they all spawn up. Now you have the timing to do it because you're not going to fuck up the spawn. Here I'm fucking thinking on the mini map, oh, he could just cut here. No, you can't cut here anymore. There's no fucking pipes. So you have to go through P4. Would have been great timing if he could cut through pipes though. Kyler's already pushed on nuke. Good job. And we'll watch pinch off old. Brandon pitches off P1. We just got to make sure we're watching our pinch. That's what Ant's going to do here. Unfortunately, as that's happening, kills go down front side, so he wants to adjust to it. And just the timing wise, kind of the same thing with the P3. You're watching it. If kills go down, you kind of need to help out. Like even if you play for the kill here, you're still not really helping your team because you're already fucked on the other side. So you kind of need to, you're always going to have to adjust if kills go down like that. And that's kind of how you can get abused. If everyone times it right for the other team. Are pros using the CDL rule set or still setting up the lobby manually? Still setting up the lobby manually. For hardpoint, I use CDL rule set, but I have to switch respawn delay to 3 seconds rather than 2.5. On overload, we're using regular overload because otherwise, if you use CDL overload, you get that the perma UAV in what's it called? The perma UAV in overtime. Once again, good rotation. We're out P3 already. getting these kills. We're going to get this first wave. You'll see here, because we stabilize. Brandy gets 2. Mid-alley, Ant pinches him while he's trying to jump up. Stabilized gameplay, 160 to 136, 43 seconds left. This is a position where we need to take back the game. This was like the main hill that I think we fucked up on, and this is the main one we talked about after. But this is our avenue back into the game. If we can get a good hold, because they're going to be spawning here. We're going to have one more wave. If we can kill them on that wave, boom, we push out, we play on time like this, they spawn back here, and now we trap them for P4 like we did in, or like I was talking about in the first one. This stems everything because P4 obviously is a big money hill. So if you can really get good time on this and flip them back to the back, you can chain yourself up for P3, P4. This is your avenue back. And unfortunately here, we get broken. It's almost the exact same setup. Ann is here while it was previously Kyler, number 5. Kyler's here, which was previously Ant, number 6. Brandon's top time, and Mason's secret, or low server. It's literally the exact same setup.
Really took a step forward with that, really becoming one of their leaders. But he has this play style.
But we're not getting any information. 7 and 8 are jiggling out front, and they're like, what the fuck? We don't see anything. Kyler's like, okay, I don't see anything on the pinch yet. He's going to end up seeing 2. Unfortunately, with that timing, Ant wants to push this out because he's expecting no one to be middle because he thinks Brandon is watching it, which he is. So he's going to jump up here and maybe like try and flank long like this or something like that. He wants to take this action because he doesn't see anything yet here. He just assumes that someone would have been here by that timing. So the timing is off. Like maybe playing a little bit slower. Like look at number 4. He's like holding this. He's not just, you know, aping long or anything. Number 2, holding this angle, like not aping it or working on the break yet. They're taking their time, and it kind of fucked up Ant's timing, and it kind of fucked up Brandon's timing, but also Brandon can't die at a hill there too. Mason doesn't see anything. He hears Kyler needs to help because he sees 2 plat. Kyler gets back down. Mason unfortunately punches when he should probably get this kill gens, and everything kind of fucks up. Now, what should have been a position for us to get back in the game, we're in a very, very bad position. 24 seconds left on this hill. They can get up to, what, 184, 185, whatever, and possibly change it to the P4 with us spawning deep. This hill was everything. That was the main talking point for us after this exposure. Because look at this. This guy's already pushed out gens. He gets all their information. Okay, no one's coming left. No one's coming left. One sees anything. You know, their back door doesn't see anything. Metals is even pushed up to their mid alley. Doesn't see anything. So 2 is going to be like, okay, I can take out the route. If anything, honestly, 4 could even help him out too if he sees a nothing mid alley. But we're trying to take routes here. Low key, hindsight. I mean, we could take routes, but in the essence of it, we probably should just hit old, because if you don't hit old, they're just going to adjust to it, and it's going to be just as hard to actually break through and actually get through. And these guys off old will just stay alive, and you'll have to play for them once you get to here anyway. So, yeah. Look at number 4. He just adjusts to it. He's going to get the kill on Ant. Kyler was the only one who was going to try and hit old. 3 ends up just pinching this, and they get 3 trying to rotate. Probably in hindsight, can't really do that. People are just going to adjust to it too well, especially with the amount of control they already had with 4 people up. So yeah, that kind of fucked everything up. And now we have a bad rotation to it because we're just spawning deep. They can play it pretty controlled. And yeah, this is just a P4 break at this point. So that was kind of the main turning point for us. That P3 stemmed everything to the P4s, and they sucked the fuck out of these P4s. How do you break the hill? You kind of have to break it early and break it from the like get the spawn. But if it's not early, you kind of have to break it from the front like this. So this is kind of what I was talking about. We break from the front, get kills, but unfortunately, because of our positioning, we're expecting them to still spawn in the back. But I'm assuming because of our positioning here and because of our like line of sights, they just spawn out back solar here. Or we don't have really anyone deep for our side. Like 2 still spawns here, but that's because number 6 had back up. You see what I'm saying? So and even reads it too, but 2 of them were there, and he just gets traded out. German Merc, is that what other people calling him? Mariskoa, appreciate the sub with Prime. Thank you. Appreciate that. You struggle with reading spawns on that P4, to be honest. Yeah, a lot of it's just positioning, like positioning on hill where you're at and positioning here or like where you're at here. Were you tweaking in the 249, 250? I was kind of tweaking because I realized what the fuck happened and I was like, oh my god. But first I thought we won, obviously. But once Brandon died, I was like, oh my god, we just kind of trolled that. Like, it's all hindsight, and it's all, like, super nitpicky, but it's like, oh, you play more towards your time, and, you know, Kyler pushed out front, which I don't even mind, because it's like you're guaranteeing the win, but he's just assuming that someone was back there actually, like, hard blocking. And Brandon, bro, if Brandon is 2 feet behind himself and is on our side of the hill, I think they don't even spawn there. But he's on technically the front side of the hill, so it doesn't block that corner. It's kind of stupid, but... Again, that probably never going to happen at the end of a game like that. But it's good to know, I guess. And then, I mean, I'll talk about it when we get to it. Was it Brandon or Kyler that spawned the guy behind us? I mean, technically both. I mean, Kyler, while pushing out the front, and Brandon not being on our side time. So, both of them. Because if Brandon's our side time and Kyler is there, I think we're fine. But it's so like, dude, it's so hindsight, like super nitpicky stuff. Like, bro, everyone just thought we were gonna win. Like, Brendan even cared for it too. If you watch back the VOD, Brendan even looks behind bottom stairs, but he doesn't have the timing for it, and the guy gets through as soon as he turns towards the lobby. Just, I mean, very unlucky. And then I feel like we kind of played the P3 break as if we just needed 1 point rather than playing it regularly. And that's fine with the streak. I actually fuck with the play call Brandon had, where he was like, I'll streak time and, you know, Mason just hop it, or can we just hop this? Unfortunately, Trakes makes a really good play. We'll talk about it though when we get to it. I don't really want to talk about search as much, but I'll just let it play out while I talk with you guys. Yeah, NYC agent. I mean, it's just the hot commodity right now. It's the hot topic. I think everyone might have to pump the brakes a little bit, but he is a shooter. That guy, that does have some good talent for sure.
has just been so good with this. Not even a reaction from him, just locked in.
No, that's like smart clip. Was that an overload, right?
Yeah,
That clip you showed me with his pistol, like the guy in the window. I was like, what?
Yeah, a little pop up there, and then I mean, Drake's a really good round. You have the first blood, you get the first kill to force the 1 versus 1. Would have loved.
Miami have some mean shoulders. Yeah, they love a good shoulder.
Clutchmaster on team with.
I think who said it? Was it Damon or someone was saying that they play like Gen G from BO4, and I love that comparison.
No, when 04 first came in the league, remember he like literally it was like 1v2, 1v3, 1v like he just like instantly was clutching constantly.
Hey, if any of you guys didn't watch BO4, but Gen G was like a really good search team, but it was what Colt Havoc, Mox, Nagafin. Who are the other two? Colt Havoc, Mox, Nagafin. Chat, who are the other two on that team? Oh, Dylan Envoy. Yeah, right. Envoy was on that team. And Major Maniac. Yeah, that was the squad. And they were just known for being super ratty in like search and just other modes because they would constantly just jiggle and then stim if they got shot. And they just constantly like stay up with that. Very annoying to play against. And that's, I think Damon made that comparison to these guys. What do your scrim sheets look like? Like what format to use for analysis, or have you moved away from statistical analysis like that? Trying to improve my technique and depth for my challengers team. I mean, I just have like a simple dashboard of like some graphs and stuff that I can show them. Again, I don't want to show players numbers. That will just never get my point across. I'd rather use nice looking graphs or colors and shit that is very easily readable and understandable. If I show Brandon a fucking percentage, I think he'd tweak out at me.
You'll see some plants on Dan. We saw some on exposure, but I feel like there's a lot of rounds where bomb's not playing.
Well, especially nades. I mean,
What do you think about the snaking problem? I think it's, I mean, I'm surprised we didn't have more of it, honestly, like last year. But shit, I love some drama in the scene. Don't think you should be snaking, but shit. It'll be dude, even the coaches chat. I don't know if there's any other coaches in this chat right now. The coaches chat is getting heated with like what the punishment should be. It's actually really funny.
it's ridiculous because a lot of the times in that scenario, you're just putting shots in and wasting time, and he just kept shooting. Yeah, he's just like, oh yeah, I got this.
I feel like Super literally dropped before he saw him on the re-engage.
No, he just kept shooting. Literally, he never stopped.
How much of the game is generally just luck with timings? I mean, at a certain point, I think right now there's a lot of luck because people don't know the timing. They're kind of just adjusting to it. But towards the end of the game, I think a lot of the timing stuff is all learned and avoidable, if that makes sense. Or you can adapt to it. But there is going to be COD timing shit, like obviously in search and stuff. But I'm talking more about respawns, like the amount of time that you can, okay, so like let's say we're playing hardpoint on this hill. Like I don't know, a hard point on this P4 hill, and you're spawning out green, right? And you have some people hitting old, but you want to take a route for your team. You know, there is going to be a timing for you to keep holding mid for your team if you're the holding team, and to wrap up top blue and pick this up. And this timing is something that's going to be learned and like mastered. You know what I mean? And this is just one example of many fucking, there's just literally thousands of timings that you'd have to think about. But people will get it down. Hey, Yixie, appreciate the 5 gifted, man. Thank you. Yixie's the GOAT. Can I get a Wixie in the chat? The absolute GOAT. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. How many gifted for you to show the coaches chat? No, I won't show the coaches chat. But there are a couple of teams just yapping away with that. No scrims today. Do you guys scrim 2 S&D sets per day as well? No. Honestly, we don't scrim search much. We would rather scrim search against amateurs most of the time. I think at least for the players, it's hard for me to tell because I never played, and you know, even Damon said he hates scrimming search, but usually we like how amateurs play in terms of like, I feel like they go harder a lot of the times in the search practice. Respawns, I don't really like playing AMs, obviously. I think we're just so far ahead respawn wise. But search wise, I think they have good grasps about what they want to do, and usually they, I don't know, it feels like they try harder. I can't tell. It's not my call in terms of trying. That's more of a player thing. But yeah. You guys put up money on the search scrims so it makes it more legit. They're down to, but a lot of teams aren't, I think. And that's also part of the reason why they don't like playing pros. Because if they would put up money, I think it would make it a lot better. But yeah, it's difficult. Again, I don't have experience with it, so I can't really talk about how that works. But from at least Damon's perspective, he didn't really like scrimmage search either. Against especially teams that didn't feel like they were trying in it. Or doing like shit they wouldn't do in a match, obviously. This round was annoying because of what we did at the beginning of the round. We didn't really watch the cross. Or we didn't watch the cross, actually. If you watch the cross, this round is super easy. Because you see 3 going right side. We didn't watch the cross and we got punished for it. Do you think they'll work on spawns for certain maps, or do you think it'll stay the same? If I had to guess, probably just stay the same. A lot of the logic is like last year, so again, I don't think it's going to be any different, really, if I had to guess. This is a really good nade. They even trophied it. You see it? He trophies the car, but I guess the nade hits it first. Or the nade doesn't get intercepted. It's a good nade. This is a play that they had run against Toronto too. Super would have sniped the store here. He would like hold this angle on the store against Toronto. So that's probably what he's going to do. And I think someone picks up his sniper. Which I was like, oh, are they able to do that? I didn't even know if you were able to do it, but I guess it kind of makes sense because it's just like a drop sniper. You can use it for the rest of the round. Does Hook make his webcam like that intentionally? It's so funny. I mean, we just have to have him have his face on the webcam, but it doesn't really fit because he sits so close to his monitor. So that's like the best angle that we can get. And they want it on the monitor, so it's not like you can put it in a different position. And they want it obviously straight ahead. That group chat pissed me off, guys on Mars. Yeah, I showed them the coach's chat. Mason was not a fan of some shit that was being said about the snaking stuff. Off topic, but would you ever open source the VOD review software you're building as a software engineer and Alluka player yourself? Would be interesting to see how it works. Maybe in the future. Unfortunately, I just can't right now, obviously working with a team, but it's possible. We'll see. No, it was about the blacklisting for the snaking Inferno. It wasn't about the sniper stuff. Might have asked this before, would you ever make a teaching series on YouTube breaking down respawns, not in depth, but to protect the team, spawn logic, and positional stuff on each hill? Possibly. I mean, that's kind of what I try and do with just these breakdowns. I've done breakdowns in the past of just general concepts, but never of just like spawns and stuff, because there is a fine line with like fully teaching that stuff like hill by hill and actually giving that information like how we would play it or how like the most ideal setup or whatever, because that's something obviously we talk about as a team. So I don't know. I don't know how to draw that line, but I think the closest I will do is like breakdowns like this, and obviously I'll do these for our matches and other matches that we watch. Can you tell us exactly what Mason wasn't happy with in coach's chat? Just how some people were reacting with the blacklist stuff for, or possible blacklist for the scrims for snaking with Falcons and Vancouver. Chill feds. Yeah, we'll get back into the breakdown when we watch the overload chat. I don't really like breaking down search as much, especially early in the year. Especially our search. I'll break down other teams' search, but our search, nah. Bro, the funniest shit yesterday, chat, with the Alluka stream was this dude was yelling, bro. I actually legit got shook one time because I was just not expecting it. It was just like a random, like he gets one kill and just screams. I'm like, oh my god, this guy is fucking crazy right now. The Pat segment was funny. Pat's a character, bro. Pat's an absolute character. Reddles with the raid. I appreciate the raid, my guy. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good stream. Were you watching a Rocket League tournament? Is the World Cup or World Championship on? Thank you, bro. I appreciate the raid. Welcome, welcome. We're doing some OpTic VOD session for any COD fans out here. Hey, appreciate that, Slater. He went crazy yesterday. I was watching it live from fellow point of view. Yeah, honestly, Tyler Fellow's probably a really good core player to have on your team with a new guy like that. I'm a big fellow believer in terms of like growing talent like that. As a German, I'm hyped there's a German player getting so much hype, but I really don't want him to join Thieves. I mean, we don't know where he'll join. I don't know what's happening with any of these teams. But I will say the kid has talent. They have to give us rank play kids a CDL mosh pit game mode. Not being bailed or not being able to play ranked sucks. Yeah. I'm assuming that'll come soon. But I don't know. Do the boys drink electrolyte water when they play? I think they'll just drink regular water. Sometimes they'll drink like a Monster Rehab like this that has electrolytes. But in terms of like electrolyte water, I don't think so. I thought this guy was gonna die. I was like, how do we not kill him? Any new maps being tested over the break? We haven't really talked about testing maps over the break. Maybe some teams will test out a couple maps, but honestly, I don't see much happening because we technically won't play it until stage 2. So I don't think that's been talked about yet, fortunately. Oh, Scar Overload. Dude, I was watching this during our game, or like in between rounds. I saw this, but what was happening with our points? Why did we have no A and B? That was kind of weird. Something must happen with the colors or something. And the EMP as well also didn't have the icon. Something was bugged. Do you think that sub being bad is the reason that sub players are struggling in general compared to ARs? No, this happens every year. I think, again, in order to be a good sub, it is much harder to be a good sub than a good AR. Let me say that again. In order to be a good sub, it is much harder to be a good sub than a good AR. It is very hard to learn how to play around a sub, especially on maps like this. Like, differently than Colossus. Colossus is fucking just super bang out. You can get to everywhere in 2 seconds. It's so much harder to run a sub, and timings wise and figuring out what to do on the map with your weapon it always gets learned later on. That's why you always see at the beginning of the year SMGs having a harder time. It literally always happens. People don't know how to break as efficiently. People don't know how to move the map and utilize their speed because they're using SMG rather than AR effectively, and take different routes and do whatever they need to do to make the winning play with a sub. It's much harder as a sub, and you just learn that throughout the year. It's always going to be like that, stage 1 basically. I think we had a really good. I call this a bad side because I think it's just hard to score on these points compared to this point. You obviously don't see this point a lot, but this point feels like at least 60% of all of the points scored on this map go here. Because what do? You just wrap it to plane, try and get bow control. Maybe end up getting blue control, and then they spawn back here and you can score pretty easily. Here is like you try and get kills. They're spawning here. They can tack over. They can even get line of sights here as well. But mostly the tack over and line of sight. And it's hard to score B. You can't really wrap it to A quick enough because they'll just spawn over here. Or they'll be still alive from when they spawn here. And you have to really set things... Like on this map, or sorry, on this side... Attacking the side, you really have to set things up before you score. Here is kind of like you can get one small wave, spawn them towards here, and you're set. You think this game plays faster than BO6? Yeah, probably because of just the wall jump stuff. Different chows, different ways to maneuver the map with the wall jump. Kind of affects things. Plus, it also still has Omni movement, so it's like everything that BO6 did have, but with the wall jump now. What tool do you use to zoom in on the map and to draw over? So I use Epic Pen to draw. Oh, you got an ad, but I use Epic Pen to draw. I just use OBS, a new source for the zoom in. It's nothing. It's no tech or anything. It's literally just an option in OBS to create a new source. So I'm just doubling the source basically, but cropping it. But this was like good stoppage here. I think they end up scoring this point, right? But to only let up 1 point on this side, and I think we end up scoring 2, was really, really good. Again, this game mode takes a lot of teamwork. I think people were kind of like hating on the game at the beginning with. I think it takes like a lot of teamwork and map movement. So I actually fuck with this game mode. I thought Brendan could have played this better. I think you might as well just stay in their base. This gives them the timing that Super just comes and ends up ripping him. I feel like he was trying to look for too much. He just stays on the truck or even stays in the back here. I think he's chilling. It's good blocking. Mason gets a kill. Kind of sets a diversion while Brandon runs it in. Plus, this is still good because Kyler made the play on the weak side. We call this the weak side. So what we like to call is like if the ball is one side, that's the strong side, obviously. Kind of same in football. Or they say in football? I know they say in hockey. Weak side is like the off side. So you see a lot of times SMGs flanking, whatever, while ball is on the other side. Try and create a diversion. Maybe you either wrap it or you stay with the weak side and he becomes a strong side as well. Or you wrap it and this just becomes a strong side, whatever. Him doing this creates more pressure and lane and like what do you want to call it? It creates just more pressure because they're gonna have to end up clearing him and then clear another wave before they can get to this new ball. And this allows, and we call this layering in other game modes, but just a layer. Like they need to pass by you before they get to another point on the map. So it's a layer on the map. You die here, you're gonna respawn. They now push the next side or the next layer. If they die here, we respawn, whatever. But this guy's coming off spawn, and you're gonna have timings to like actually help each other out, right? So on this spawn, Brandon is like, okay, we know it spawns wood, boom. He has to go for this ball. He's the only one that could possibly touch it, unless it's, Ant, but usually you don't want to be running back for the ball. I don't know how what would you compare this to? Like you never, as an offensive lineman, you think of your offensive lineman in football, you never want him to like block something and then come back and block another thing. You know what I mean? Or come back and lateral it to him and he takes it. Like the spacing and timing doesn't work. You might as well have him as another lead blocker and have number 8 get the ball so that he has blockers in front of him, right? So Brandon's like, okay, I'm the only one that could touch this. Ant pushes out to create the extra layer. Boom. Kyler even spawns on Brandon with little squad spawn. 1 second touch. Now we have a free play in overtime. We have 30 seconds. We can do whatever the fuck we want and try and score this. We're going to try and flood the left side. They get the kill. There's another guy bottom left. We score. But it all happens because Kyle was able to push out. Ant refills it, creates those layers. Brandon gets the ball, wraps back, and they keep the pressure on. You just want to keep the pressure and tempo on. There's no point running back usually. If you're running back, you've probably already lost the situation. Unless you have the ball and you're like running back. I shouldn't say that. If you don't have the ball and you're running back, bad. You should never do that. Never have space on the map and run back. You never want to be doing that usually. If you don't have the objective. You might as well go forward and take a chow and spawn back up. In a rank play situation, this won't happen though because people more than likely wouldn't know what to do. Yeah. That's the unfortunate part. That's why I like working with teams that kind of know what the fuck what they're doing with. Much easier to work around a team that has at least some basic fundamentals already. But yeah. You want your teammates to know what the fuck to do. That's always the case, I think. That's why I think Overload and rank play is going to be a fucking shit show, personally. Because of how much teamwork and shit is needed in this game mode.
Right now, straight headies. Dashy gets a kill and gets through. Now they're starting to run away with this one and just have Heretics
That's a good relay, too.
just hanging out on the A cap. They're going to leave him and just go.
Solo queue Overload going to be us? Yeah.
My highest question is, do you turn
You're solo queuing Overload, that's going to be a very bad time. Even in hardpoint. But honestly, like, low key, at least you can kind of gun your way at a hardpoint. If you're just on the opposite side of the map, like, you might just be fucked here. You need to work as a team in this game mode. No chat, Mason and Alluka don't have beef. I was baiting with the title. Pistol chains makes it impossible to solo in this mode. I mean, honestly, I think regardless, it would be pretty hard solo. Like, you can only do so much if you don't have your team working around you. If you have the ball. JP, thanks for all you do. Hey, appreciate that, Glenn. Thank you, man.
You can see the difficulty of scoring from that position for Heretics. So close. Just, yeah, the spawn's close for OpTic.
That's an example, like I was saying before, that is just the bad side. It's just harder to score on those 2 points. Like, it feels like you need an extra wave compared to the other side for sure. You like need an extra wave and some more control. It's not doable though. Doable. Obviously, you see point score, but definitely feels harder. Can you over 10 hardpoint? Yeah, that'll be up next. I'll go over 10 hardpoint.
Position to maybe put through a score, but there's always somebody extra here from OpTic. They cannot break through this line.
Well, the problem is when you're down 3, you
Okay, or he's grab it and go.
yeah, he just grabs it and go, but you always have possession.
I think this is a situation where I think they didn't realize that he could just pick it up and just straight go. We kind of both got caught top green here, and he just ran underneath Brandon. But look at the timing he gets. Like, Brandon's looking at this, and he never sees him run up the little alleyway. And as soon as he picked it up, they couldn't react to it fast enough. No, he didn't black out. He just, I mean, look, he just never sees Rancor. He's holding this shit, but he's just not expecting that he could just run up, right? Look, he's glancing this, never sees him, and he just goes under his line of sight the whole time. I guess you just got to be aware of that possibility. To be honest, how mind blown were you guys lost? I was mind blown. I thought we won. I'm not gonna lie, I was literally about to dap up Brandon. I think all of them thought we won. But yeah, I mean, it's a very unlikely scenario, like 1 in 1,000 chance. But I think we know now just to like what to do in that scenario. It's very hindsight, very nitpicky, but it's like you got to play around the hill a little bit better when it's like guaranteed that we can win there. And make sure that we're blocking and they can't spawn the closest spawn, you know? All right, we'll go over the Den hard point now. Actually, let me play this. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, so I'll probably time it up for when I come back.
OpTic just have a crazy stretch. I mean, honestly, bro, think about it. Their 2 scores came in like the final 60 seconds and the first 60 seconds. It's really just like 2 minutes where all of their offense came from.
That's all that matters.
I mean, that's last year when it matters.
When it matters.
When it matters.
Yeah, just closing the door. I mean, Miami played pretty tough. Well, I mean, when you look at the end of the scoreboard, right? It's just you lose by 1, but
I'm gonna at least get that on a T-shirt, probably. When it matters, literally.
when it matters, I like that. It's a good slogan. Oh, I'm just gonna write that one down.
No, it's. I mean, that's just what I think about this team, honestly. Like, dude, these guys are nuts. But I mean, as much as I still want to gas OpTic because they are the best team in the league right now, I still feel pretty impressed with what I'm seeing from Miami. I think it's just again based on how that first series we casted when I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, the star overload looks a lot better than what was.
No. I mean, listen, they may still lose the series, but they pushed it to game 5 versus Koi, but just 2 of the maps were so ugly, it felt like difficult to be positive about it. These have all been battles. Yes, you went 0-4 hole in the surge, you still brought it back, what, goes to around 10? This, you had your chances. Granted, you know, it really came down to some late scores there, but still, I mean, it wasn't a blowout by any stretch of the imagination. And map 1, you're able to steal. Now, we get ready to go to a Den. He's probably like, we might have got away with one. Take a breath. Like, maybe start to feel the pressure a little bit there in the final moments. Is an opportunity for craziness from Heretics. But Danny is the hard point where they beat Koi. I'm trying to remember what exactly like stood out about that. That was so different.
They
from
did
the
really well
blowout.
like the P4. They won like multiple P4 like rotations and like had like full.
All right, let's get into this Den hard point.
Well, we're gonna see
Almost timed it correctly.
team.
Never mind. We were not close.
You guys, they were a thorn in the side of the top teams. Like, you never want to play them because if they got hot, they could get anything done.
I mean, it started with like Major 1 in Spain, where that's when they sort of got going,
Yeah.
where they went to all these game 5s, just
That's what Steve's getting.
yeah, they have their number.
All right, let's watch Den hard point.
Demonic.
They have their number for sure.
Definitely feels like it's my favorite map right now. My favorite map to watch, at least.
He was talking about that chip on Sim's shoulder. Like, if I'm envoying Ghosty,
We're kind of talking about. I think it's just them and
Why does the Miami teams always give us trouble? I think they just play a little bit differently than everyone. The difference in playstyle kind of you have to adjust to, especially I want to say specifically because we haven't played them at all. This is our first time literally spawning in versus them this entire year. So this is our first look at them. Because Trakes was out of the country, and then by the time he was in the country to play them, it was like 1 week before the match, and usually teams don't play each other a week before.
some great early P1 time, plus you're able to get the spawns for P2. So a nice start here for Miami, but here comes OpTic. Shotzi Merchley's already inside of this hill. But it's a nice trade, and well, they reflipped the map. So with that set of lives, OpTic put themselves in a great position.
Yeah, I mean, Trakes is spawning out so far.
He almost got back up.
I didn't even know you could drum down.
I don't know if it's possible. Do you have the timing to actually get back up? You actually might. He was mantling up to it. I knew you could fall back down and like you wouldn't die right away. Drake's made a good play there.
Spawned out as far as he possibly could from this P2, but he got here and was the closer.
Yeah, well, now they're going to have to do it again, though. You still have the close spawns. You didn't push out the back. You didn't want to throw your lives away. So you're playing from the objectives. So it was making sure nobody's pinching. But yeah, it is all just about the spawns in the back. You know, well, they're doing it from the objective. Metals is on 5 in a row. Trace is looking for 5. Well, you've at least split this time, which you will take all.
They were scared to scrim. I don't think they were scared to scrim. I don't think any pro team scared to scrim anyone else.
They'll be up, what, 20, 30?
Our first set got chalked because Trakes was flying in, and then we asked for an S&D when they were looking for an S&D, but they probably had already gotten one. I don't think anyone was dodging anything.
Even with back spawns, it can be so difficult to break. It's a staircase and a door. You really, the team breaking is reliable.
Hey, what's good, Neum? Yo, congrats on the fucking placing. You guys were tearing it up yesterday. I was doing some VOD stuff after the first series because you guys like for the hard point and overload, I thought there was stuff you could have done better. But Loki, you ran the Telluride. That was good. That was a really good match. Peep, some good pointers. Hey, so like to see. Dude, top 16 to what? What do they get? Top 4 chat? That's a fucking big improvement for first week or for 1 week. T6, regardless. T6 or T16 to T6. and beating the team that won the last one.
Responds to that, but I mean, Shotzi just spawns up, has a freebie, and that's gonna be a 4 dead. And this where it gets scary because now you have to make your choice. Do you hit ult? You're gonna try to rotate. Look at Shotzi's position. He already knows they're gonna be pushing through this P2.
I think we could have played this rotation better too. He had a 4 down. We even talked about it. Mason should be able to like get over here and watch this cross first. He ended up wanting to end up doing a pinch. He gets stunned for it though. But this would have helped what Ant was doing a lot better because he would have known the timing for when this guy was going to get the P2. I think I played a bit different. You see how he goes back a little bit and then goes around to the right side of the pillar? And Mason was going to pinch this, but he got stunned, so he couldn't commit to it. Unfortunate. So they get over to the P4 a little bit earlier than us. If you ever give a grade on how you guys played versus Miami, what would it be? Shit. S&D was an A. Overload was an A. Exposure hardpoint was like a C. C minus. Den hardpoint was a B. Would have been a B plus if we won it. Fucked up the ending though, but yeah. We were really, the only one we were really tweaking about, and it wasn't even tweaked, but like we were really upset about was the exposure hardpoint. Everything else was kind of fine. Like the den hardpoint for the most part we played well. It was literally just the ending, chat. Like I don't want to take much away from them because they played the shit well too. Like they played the exposure really well. And they were hanging with us in this den. Obviously I think we 100% should have won it for sure. But you know, they end up winning it anyways. This rotation wasn't great either. I think the flow was off a little bit. Either 7 is the first one to take the route and he goes P2, or 5 does it. But neither of them do. So 6 doesn't have the timing for it. Like Ant's already here and this guy's already in the corner. If one of 5 or 7 take the route first and cut this guy off, it's much easier. Now they're just flooding to number 2 who's still alive from it. Just shows you a little bit of flow stuff that could helped out. Brandon actually shits on them here. 2 pistol kills and he just does this wall jump to get the 3rd with the AR. See, like, is that a hill positioning thing? Is that like because Ann is on their side of time? This guy spawns here rather than, you know, in the back? That has to be what it is. Like, basically our positioning, we're past like the 50. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And since this guy spawns first, we spawn here. We know that one spawns here. So we can relay that to them. There are the like 6 and 7. Once, who is it? Brandon and Kyler. They can relay that someone spawns front, obviously, but now you have to play both sides. But I think it's straight up, yeah, obviously because 8 dies, but with 6 and 7 here, I think there's on their side of the 50, and that fucks up the spawn. Now they realize spawns all over the place. I mean, who did actually spawn all the way across the map? Don't say it, chat. So they call that out. So now holy fuck. Oh hell no, chat. That shit was funny.
Absolutely could be, but a lot of gameplay still to go. Mercules leading the way for the squad again. And now last time
It's Brandon and Den Ghosty. I haven't heard Den Ghosty. That's a good one.
the setup, but you got smoked even with the clean setup. This time you have to do a much better job.
Well, you have a Hellstorm on Dashy, so I think this is the hill. He just dies, so right away maybe you're waiting on that. Yeah, he's gonna spawn up. They're calling it in right away. So able to earn it at that P2 with that play.
It looks like Super is hunting for him. Super was looking for him. He's able to
Able to earn it on that. Yeah, he's gonna spawn up. They're calling it in right away.
Both times when they streak, they wrap this way. This time he went lobby, but Traix goes broken in the final one. But it feels like they want to take space middle, knowing that like the streak is going to come down in time, and these guys are going to try and play their life. Hey, King Kendra, appreciate the Summer Prime. Thank you. What went wrong with the cruises on OpTic for this map? I mean, the second one, I don't think either of them went wrong. It was just like, bro, they just sit down on time, and they also had a guy that spawned up in both of them that took a route, killed the guy that was middle, and you have pressure middle. Low key, the pressure that you get with another man is probably just more important on that hill specifically. But you can't really streak the other hills. It's hard to streak the other hills. I guess P1, but like, can't really break anything with the streak on P4. You can't streak Dragon. You might be able to curve it on time, but P3 is actually pretty breakable. It's just, I feel like you need the numbers. Yeah, Centel, that was the plan. That was the call that Brandon made. He's like, I'm gonna streak here. Let me. Can anyone jump on time and get a point? Just win it, basically. Tried to do that. Traix made a really good play. Traix actually won them the game. I'll show you that later on.
Sequence of kills in a great spot to turn this into time.
And that's really it. It's felt like there's been multiple chances for like Miami to be earning time, but I think OpTic's just like finding the one player on the objective every now and then making it messy. But there's gonna be a clean 4 dead. Everybody off spawn. Nazi's gonna try to go top side. Dashy's top window, but he's gonna be shot off.
Who are we playing next? I think our first match back is FaZe. January 9th. A whole month from now, basically. It's a good play by Traix. He laid down the exact spot that Brandon couldn't see him from middle like that. But Brandon was ripping this map. He gets another 3 right there.
You lose just about everyone. This is big time. This garbage time is huge.
Do you want to push this or not? They're going to be at 230. Couple players going to spawn out here for Heretics. So again, you're playing from the hill. Look, 1 and 2 just give up the spawn. So Miami are going all in here on fighting from the objective.
I fuck with this play by Mason too. This is a good play by Metals though. Obviously just watching your pinch from wall run, so you keep watching the pinch. If kills go down and you end up dying, you end up just reflooding anyway. But you see a lot of teams, they spawn out here and they have people already new. They'll just watch their own pinch either from like this spot or at the wall run.
Mercules held on with a triple. One big break, and that's likely the map. Here we go.
The first goes to Metals on the Mercules.
Brandon rips them with 2 with a pistol. We could break the hill. And here's like, okay, we just win, most likely. One guy might spawn here. Everyone else going to spawn lobby because we pushed out. Number 6 holding the back. If we get one wave, we win. Unfortunately, you guys know what happens. Get the kill front side. We know that people can only be lobby now. Just adjust for lobby. Technically, with Ann at the lobby stairs, he's not blocking this side. He has to be like a little bit further back, and because we're pushed out over here. They're going to spawn here if we're not like on our side. I'm pretty sure if we're on our side time, they don't spawn out. But it's very hard in the moment. Like Brandon's just watching lobby. He doesn't expect us to go like super rogue that they can spawn back here. Why didn't Hook fall back? Well, he's in his mind, he's thinking that someone is blocking, and he has the pressure to just push out front. So if he's front, no one can contest the hill. Like no one has the ability to get on hill. You're challenging them to make sure that they can't take the route to get on hill. Like let's say if someone ended up spawning close. The thing is, I don't think they spawn close. They wouldn't have spawned close enough because he was already pushed out. So that's the only issue. So yeah, it was just like a small mistake. Brandon even cares for it. That's the issue. Like, or that's not the issue. That's the annoying part. Because Brandon even was like, something could get fucked here, and he cared for it. Look at this. Gets a kill. Boom, turns. Preaims this just in case. But he never sees metals. He's hiding behind the door. He ends up breaking on, and we can't get the trade. So yeah, I think Kyler could have played closer to the hill. With them, he just wanted to make sure, guarantee that they couldn't get to hill. The problem was they wouldn't have had the timing. But again, 1 in 1,000 scenario, like probably never gonna happen again. And then here was like, we're just playing for 1 second. We probably should have played it regularly as if we were just breaking the hard point. I like the call from Brandon. He's like, yo, let me streak on time. They're going to hide. See if you can just jump onto the point. That's the play call. But look at what Trakes does here. Same thing as the other streak. Trakes, boom, spawns up, goes top broken. He wants to cover mid. We even have number 5, Kyler, watching over him, but he can't back him down quick enough because he still has the angle to stay down from Kyler and kill Mason on time. So Mason can't get the jump on point. And unfortunately, we're not able to break. What if Merc flanked there? Well, the play call was for Mason to jump on the point while the streak goes in. So he wasn't going to flank. And I don't think he should flank with that. I think the call is really good. I just think it's the only counter, and fucking Trakes made a really good play. I think you just have to tip it. Him spawning up and going broken is the counter to our play. It's a good read. It's a good play. And they did it before. Like I said, super, he did the same thing, but he went middle with it. I assume with the streak in hands, or with the streak coming out, they just want to try and get someone mid control so that like these guys stay alive on point, and then they're still able to like contest mid. You see what I'm saying? Mason could have hit it quicker. He wanted to make sure that they didn't kill him while he was hopping up, because they still have the timing. They still have the timing to look mid and then dodge it for the dodge the streak. You know what I mean? So he wanted to make sure that guaranteed they're hiding and he gets on the point, because they're still technically on hill. If he goes right now, they're still on hill, and he's gonna face a 1-on-1 or 1v2. You know what I mean? He needs to wait until they're off hill to try and sneak the point, like there. So yeah, maybe he waited a second too long, but I assume they would have. I don't know if number 3 saw him, but he's trying to just wait until it's not contested. That's why he goes now. Hard to time the streak, obviously. But I like the call. It just didn't work, unfortunately. And chat, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of different ways you could like set it up better. This is a 249, fucking 230. You're trying to win the game off of it. Like, it's pretty chaotic at this point. You thought you won the game already. You know what I mean? You could be like, why didn't, he wait for an extra second and have someone watch over him, and then, the other person go dojo and watch his, bro. At a certain point, that shit just gets hectic, and you're just trying to make the right play with a streak in the air. You know what I mean? Why not go for row once cleared off hold? Because you're expecting. Wait, like who do you want to row? You want 8 to row? You want Brandon to row? Bro, they still have to contest the hill. So you're thinking you can get off, or you can, because they need to play both too. So your win con at this point becomes, let's see if we can just get them off hill and win the game, because they need to get to hill here. They need to rotate. I think playing through old is fine here because they need to contest this as well. So you're just gambling that you're gonna have more numbers here. Like Ant ends up going new because he's like, okay, 7, 8, and 5, the guy who's gonna spawn behind me are gonna hit old, and they have a chance. Unfortunately, they don't end up breaking. But he's gonna start the route in case it goes to new. But then once Mason dies, Kyler's saying the same shit. Like, okay, now it's a 2v2, or 2v1. Maybe Brandon wins it off old, but I need to get to Ant because now that situation is kind of chalked. But Ant got 2v1 on new. You don't know how many. What if there was only one guy at new? You don't know you don't know how many people are at new. They could have sent 3 people old, and then he has a 1v1 at new. You know what I mean? It's very hindsight. You don't know how many people are going old and how many people are going new. It's like a what do you call it? It's like game theory. You know what I mean? They could send one guy old and be like, everyone just fucking rotate. I'm gonna 1v4 him if they come. If they only send one guy, you win the game theory because now you're 1v1 and everyone else is already set up at new. They could send 2 people and 2-2, and that's what they end up doing. They could have sent 3 people here to guarantee that they can't lose on this, and then try and break it with the time that they had allotted left, and they probably wouldn't. Honestly, given the time in the hill, they probably would never send 3 old. But yeah, regardless, I mean it's very hard in the moment. You're just kind of guessing probability wise what you think. Shotzi is 0.65 every game. Is it your plan? Great comment. Just unfortunate scenarios all around. Yeah, but I mean, there was some stuff we could have avoided, obviously. Again, I'm not so worried about this map compared to the exposure. The exposure was much more like we didn't play it well. You're not going to be playing perfect hardpoint at this point in the game, most likely. But the exposure was like mistakes that we shouldn't have made, for sure. Play the searches pretty well.
This corner, so good stuff from him. We'll see it one more time. It's like it doesn't even look like that flashy. It's just clean. There's no extra movement. Doesn't get.
So what's happening with Shotzi at the moment seems a little out of sorts, lady. Chad, does no one remember anything I say about how Ant plays and what he's got to do to learn everything? Shit happens every year, dude. You guys think Hydra sucks because he's not performing that well right now too? It's like, yeah. Ook saw Trakes and broken window before he saw Merc. Merc could have turned no. He's playing to win the game, and he's going to just have to trust that Kyler can get the angle on Trakes. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the angle for him, and it doesn't work. Merc turning there is like you're guaranteeing not doing the play. And the play call was jump on time while I streak. And if you lose that gunfight, you're getting fucking roasted because you didn't stick to the play call. Even if you win the fight, you'll probably get roasted, but yeah. Because the situation here could have been, I'll go back to it. Let's say you don't listen to the play call and you try and turn for the guy. You turn for the guy, kill him. Let's say you kill him too. You fucking run his shit. Streak comes in. These guys don't, or let's say one guy died to it. You're still going to have a 1v1 on point. And now you can't win the game if you don't win the gunfight. So now you have to win 2 gunfights. You know what I mean? Just harder. It's like it. Just listen to the play call. Trust that Kyler can watch over you. Unfortunately, he just doesn't have the angle for it. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. Yeah, teams don't like playing raid. I think our mindset for search, at least this stage, has been just we're down to play anything and just see what we don't like, what we do like, and then make our decision about like if we will have an auto veto or what we'll veto in terms of like maybe vetoing against another team dynamically, not having an auto veto later on and maybe towards the major. But right now, I think we're down to play like any search. So I know a lot of teams don't like playing raid, but we were just like, fuck it, we'll just get reps on everything, most likely.
And well, you still need bomb 35 seconds to go. In the middle of the map will be Shotzzy, so he's going to be watching that cross. And well, Merc is just kind of lurking. Obviously, they know he has it kills. They should have an idea of his spot.
Yeah, you're just getting banned because that's like 4 now. That just why? Even if you think Shotzzy is unimportant, it's a testament to him and the team that they're still considered one of the top teams. Yeah, sure. Does having Blackheart in rotation help? As I personally thought the boys played that map pretty well. I mean, it's just another map at least. I like to see like how we played in matches in the CDL. Last time we played it was the comeback, I think, in the finals. So we'll see. At least we can stream it now. So we'll be streaming that this week. Hey, what's good, Watts? Compared to other esports, why does the COD community have 0 patience with players? Yeah, I don't know. It's probably the same for other esports and other sports in general. Like we see Twitter and shit for just regular sports. Everyone's shitting on who they think is the worst performing player. I feel like it's pretty common. Just fans upset with gameplay or something. I don't know. Kind of off topic, but when you were starting to learn how to coach, did you find it difficult to differentiate what was hindsight versus what players would know during the situation? 100%. Something I had to grow into, honestly, really. Because I didn't play professionally. So I was like looking at minimap, and after the first year, I would say, or first year and a half, I was trying to like always figure out, or not always figure out, but always be in the moment of only looking at Codcaster minimap as if you can only see your team. And I think reading it that way is so much more impactful because you get the information that the players would have if you only see the arrows of your team. And you can try and piece together where other players on the other map would be, but trying to keep that always in mind whenever you're talking about a play. Like obviously not watching it with only your team's arrows, but keeping that in mind anytime you want to discuss a play. But yes, that's a great question. I was moving into a house this day. Game had me stressed on top of the move. Sorry about the added stress. Moving can be a bitch. I hate moving. Like in League, can you turn off, or you can turn off fog on either side when spectating? Can you? I wonder if there's actually a setting to turn off. It wouldn't really be useful because I can discern now like different things, and I need to have the information so we can make it readily available for us in VOD. But I wonder if you actually could turn off like one team's arrows or something like that. How do you improve by watching VOD as a team? I mean, you take different scenarios where you think you played it poorly or played it well, and you just kind of talk about it. It's easier at pro level because a lot of people know what to do when you're working as a team and like what to talk about, because COD is COD. Like maps play out differently, but the scenarios and fundamentals are kind of the same every COD, if that makes sense. It's just adjusting to how that map plays out in that situation, or how that scenario played out. Or if you want to improve by watching things you're weak at and watch a bunch of them over again, you can do that too. I'm just talking mainly about like what we do in practice, where it's like right after a map ends, what do we talk about? But like pre-VOD, if we wanted to prep for a team, you'd watch it together. If you wanted to really figure out what you're weak at or strong at and figure out why you're weak or strong at something and watch things back, you can do that too. Is there any rules in S&D like for hardpoint? There's that flow type of rule. Not really, because you know, a flow is all based off of respawns. I mean, I guess S&D timings wise, like if you need to rotate off something or hold, it's all situational. I wouldn't say there's a necessarily kind of the same thing with a one life S&D like that. So no, not really. It's just very, very different. His shot is kind of clean, not gonna lie. We just gotta see his decision making against pros. Oh yeah, 100%. I think the kid has a lot of talent, but we'd love to see him. We'll love to see him just play in the league and see how he does, for sure. I think he'll probably be in the league this year, 100%. Just about. How quickly a team will take the risk. I won't even say. I mean, you can say take the risk, but he does have talent. Like he should probably have the talent enough to be in the league. Sorry if you've already answered, but how does breaking GAs get punished? Great question. There's even a discussion about that in the coaches chat. Is it a warning? Is it 1 day? Is it 1 week? Who knows? The rules are getting made up on the spot. Yeah, this snipe was nasty, chat. Even this one. Bro, I low-key thought he was gonna... Dude, as soon as I saw him go for the one back jungle too, I was like, yo, that would have been crazy. He was just going for the clip, I think. I don't know. Thoughts on people talking about horizontal snaking? I don't even know what the fuck that means. If you're jiggling, throwing like shoulders, that's always been a thing at COD. I mean, that's... I don't think that's a thing. You're fully exposing yourself shouldering too, right? Compared to snaking, you literally can see the head. Is Cell getting punished for snaking? No idea yet. That's a GA chat question. There's been an argument in the coaches chat about how long the punishment would be. Hey, Judek, appreciate the sub for 1 month. Thank you, man. Thank you for the tier 1. Miami loves running it down mid on raid S&D. Yeah, they were getting some pressure. That's the thing with mid on raid. If you don't hit your nades at the start, they can be up mid quick as fuck in this game. What is your FOV recommendation? Do between 95 and 105. Doing anything outside that range, I don't think any pro player plays anything outside that range. But it's all comfortability. It's all based on what your preference is. But I would probably stick in between that range. On BO6, it was a 1-day miss of scrims for snaking, I think. Yeah, that's what we got when Brandon had the quote-unquote snake top bet on Skyline. Which was, first off, based off a third-person point of view camera. And I'd seen people snake way more things harder than that, but whatever, we got a day off. On third person, yeah, dude. Third person, anything can't be used as evidence. There was a really important case when we played Minnesota last year on Skyline, and they thought Ant was snaking the fuck out of you remember the couches on P3, like the couches behind the hill. They thought he was snaking the fuck out of it, and to their point of view, it looked like he was in the third person. But I was on his first person point of view, and he did not snake that shit because it looked like the crouching was completely different, or the proning was completely different. And yeah, you can't use a third person allegation, I don't think. I think it needs to be first person to be legitimate after what we saw there. This last round was really good. We played this well with the post plant. Pressure towards B. They stay here where we call for the wrap. End up planning 4 mid. Mason wraps around to make sure that our mid's covered. You end up going into kitchen, I think. Jiggles it. Sees a guy. Goes back for the bomb check. Brandon stays towards ring. Kind of baits it out as if it's just a regular ring setup. Regular ring art setup. I played it well though. You see we get the plant. Mason goes basically wraps towards bed because he's gonna play mid late. Everyone else leaves. Brandon kind of stays on site. Just he needs to stay alive as long as possible, trying to bait this out. Trophy baits it a little bit too. Really good help with the trophy. And now we just take space mid. As someone coaching a half decent and team, what could I do to encourage more small talk? It's been like pulling teeth trying to get it to happen. I think a lot of small talk starts with them communicating just what they're doing. If you can communicate what you're doing, you can kind of play off of that and start talking more about what you want to do with each other. So I think that's probably a good basis of just start commenting like what you're doing. Holding P2, holding P2. I got your inner. I'm rotating P4. Yo, get my outer. You know, things like that. You just communicate what you're doing. If you can communicate what you're doing and get very used to that, then you can start directing if you get more comfortable with that. because you know what you're doing, so you can kind of let your teammate know what they need to do in order to help you in that situation. You know what I mean? All right, what's something we could watch quick? I won't be able to stream too much longer. Was there any 3-0s here? I think I watched this. Was I watching that on stream yesterday? Was any of these a 3-0? No, this is game 4. Oh, we watched this on stream already too, the Gentlemates LET. Yeah, we watched that yesterday, chat. I think this was game 5. Watch Huntsman mats. We did that too yesterday. Watch Alluka clips. All right, we'll watch his VOD. Fuck it. I'm not really going to talk much about it. I just want to have something in the background for you guys to... Alluka. Wait, what is his stream? Is it just Alluka? Probably not. Alluka West.
Should I tell the admin? They might be asleep.
You should tell them.
Who is past broadcast on? Oh, yesterday, yeah. Dude, there was one. I was watching Brandon's stream. There was one Scar he was absolutely frying. But for now, I'll just do some little AMA talk with you guys in chat. We'll watch this gameplay on the side too. I'm not really gonna break down shit. I want to see him in Pro 8s. I think he's in the US. Like, he was playing this from the US. Yeah, he's got 24 ping. He's somewhere in the US. I don't know where. Does he have a visa, chat? He probably has a Oh wait, no. So he almost said he's playing in college COD or like doing scholarship with a student visa. Yeah. Okay. So he's in Boston college facility. Interesting. Did you say Geo is slow or low? Because that's insane if he's saying slow. Oh no, he said Geo is low. It just sounds like slow. I was like, holy fuck, bro. What is it? That's some insane comment. Oh, can you turn magnifier off? Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Forgot about that. No minimap. Heard you made a program. Can you talk about that a little? I mean, I have a program that'll break down our VODs to capture our data, capture VOD, and make it so that everything's kind of just automatic in terms of that. Then I use that data for like a dashboard that we use. Kind of the basis of it. Oh, the map ended.
I'm literally the Pope, okay? I'm not killing him in time. He's chilling you, that.
I'm looking left.
Be cut, once be cut.
I got B cut. They're all spawning B cut.
I'll give you some audio too.
I see nothing be cut. I got time.
I'm looking deep.
In time, one shot, awakening. Top green and Zola,
Really solar.
I'm chilling in Zola. Dead.
Focus your right.
One shot dead.
Good job, Bryce. Don't wrap and go new, okay? Be careful of the concrete bench.
I am trying to pick it up.
Yuli's left, I'll grab
Who's the good cop, bad cop between you and Damon?
One more Zola going next.
I'm more the good cop. I can be a bad cop when I need to be, but I mean, I think Damon's just blunt with this shit. So I don't know if it's necessarily bad cop. It's nothing, no bad cop. It's like we're just real with the team. I think everyone's kind of just comfortable with us being real with them.
You got me. Deep right P1. Pinching from blue. Fast. Wake.
Let's run, Nate.
Spawn me deep. Spawn me deep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my time with this.
I'm gonna push you out.
I spawn green. I spawn
I
green.
got
Top
one.
green. I'm going top green. I'm going
Alright,
top green.
with you, Carson.
Blue dead. Top Nice. blue dead.
I think one's spawning on you guys.
Ami, close. Geo, solar.
Yeah. Close to your
Solar dead. Ami.
Oh my god!
Holy fuck.
I got one. I got
That scared the
I gotta
shit
head
out of
some, I
me.
gotta head some. I have your 10. I have your 10.
They're gonna go top blue, Carson.
I'm watching a P1. I'm watching a P1.
Shot.
I have your right
You go
side.
top blue.
On you.
Are OpTic playing scrims today? No,
Top blue
not
and
today.
Top left. Top left. One shot.
Blake's right. Deep
I'm
right.
about to go new. I'm about to go new, guys. I'm about
There's
to go new.
two more.
Yep, I'm going new. Top balcony. He's chilling you.
Dude, yo, dude, that actually scared the fuck out of me.
I have had some.
I was not expecting that.
I'm gonna go deep left now.
Two more. One's bumping off fast.
Okay, I spawned.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Upar. It's not really like good cop, bad cop. It's like
Yeah.
everyone's just real with each other.
Nice.
I think we're at a point where we're just all comfortable talking about anything with each other in terms of gameplay stuff. Like,
One shot back green.
I'm not
no one takes shit personally, and no one like
I'm hot blocking. I'm hot
needs to
blocking.
be babied.
Stay down, stay down.
I'm watching all the way top green.
One's top lane.
As long as you're respectable with what you're like saying and shit, and everyone knows it's gameplay wise.
I must speak this. Okay?
Everything's
I must
fine.
speak this. Stay down, Nate. Stay down, Nate.
When will you coach the Stallions? Dude, I don't know if I can coach competition anymore, as we have the Huntsman. So, unfortunately, Chad, I don't know.
I'm gonna kill this guy in time, okay?
I don't know the rules on that.
Once, yeah, the both top blue.
I'll need your back for you on now.
I'm looking B cut. I'm looking B cut.
Yeah.
Stun one, B cut.
They're just gonna hold here.
Can't sit on me. And
Close
forward.
contact.
What did Miami do differently than other teams we played? Just play a little bit different. And again, I said it before, but this is our first rep of spawning in versus them. Unfortunately, because of how things went with their travel and how early we
I'm
played.
gonna chill it now. I'm gonna chill it now.
But they do play style like wise a little bit different than other teams. So I was kind of just adjusting to that, and that having to adjust that is always why I feel like they kind of play as close compared to other teams, because it is an adjustment,
You got him. Nice, Carson.
at least for us.
We're good. They spawn left. They spawn motel. Spawn motel.
Alright, I'm holding left. I'm holding left side. I'm holding left side. Anything up left. One more left. One more left.
Nice, good job. Nice.
Oh, I'm running you, mom. You fucking idiot.
Missing
I'll
one.
spawn motel.
I'm going left. I'm going left, mate.
Missing Geo.
Geo's dead. Geo's one shot. Front concrete. Front concrete.
Missing Wake, 2-row Yuli.
Yeah, there's two left. Two left. Two left.
Two left and 10.
Left.
One's front of me. One's front of me.
Right here.
Got me.
Slide in front. Slide in front. He's front all the time.
I got him.
I'm going ahead.
Could be top. Could be top.
Stairs. One shot. One shot stairs.
Yes, I'm watching front. We're gonna
Nathan.
Yeah, they're spawning in the back.
Nice. Go, Nate. Go, Nate. I'm going.
Thoughts on Utopia, and you reckon it's in soon or nah?
I'm playing this side, okay? I'm gonna go deep.
I don't know. It's okay. I haven't really seen much of it. I've only really seen 2v2s. Layout wise, I feel like I'd rather just play Fringe, because I feel like Fringe with wall jump would be cool in this game.
I'm holding a pinch.
But I don't know.
I have top green help.
I'd have to see it in 4v4.
One more.
Nice. Nice one.
One more back green.
front hill.
They're all middle. Top green dead. Make sure
One more.
Nice. Good job. That was all four. That was all four. That was
I'm going deep right now. I'm going deep right
I'm
now.
getting plane. Nothing plane on me. One rep.
deep boat. Deep boat.
Wake's plane. I'm hunting from B cut.
We cut two.
1 second, Chad. I'm just texting Paige.
One shot.
Plane last. Plane
Dead.
last.
Nice, good shit, guys.
They might spawn in the back.
I'm going 10. I'm going 10.
I
should have it.
We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
have plane. I have plane.
Are you gonna start having guys test out other maps? I don't know what everyone's doing, chat, because
I didn't see anything left.
He was on the tank.
over the break is gonna kind of be on and off when teams are playing and not playing.
Wake's deep boat on me.
And technically, we can't play any of the new maps until stage 2. So maybe if the other team was willing to and we were willing to, we would like just play one of the new maps just to test it out or something. But a lot of the practice is it's like you kind of just don't want to make reps on things you're not going to play. Usually it feels like useless, but with the break now, I feel like it would be a good time to maybe test out. It just sucks that we can't add anything in right away.
One more concrete.
Rumors are Hacienda might return. We're not playing Hacienda. There's no way. Especially after we played it last year.
I'm watching 10. I'm watching 10 only.
I would like to see Meltdown Search.
What? I'm sorry.
I would like to see. I think Fringe would actually play really well in this game because of the wall jump.
Nice, Carson.
I'm going top green.
One shot, bro.
Front blue, front blue, front blue, front blue. One shot from blue. Yuli.
That's the kind of the thing I was thinking. This is Bend. That was the
Tin one shot. Last guy.
kind of the vibe I was getting. It's getting really overhyped because it looks like 6-star, looks like a cool map, but I didn't necessarily like it when I was looking at. I mean, at least 2v2s again, just the layout of the map.
Wake deep top.
I don't like that there's a whole lane of just wall runs that is like really awkward. Like Blackheart's different because it's the wall run is just like one part of the long lane. This other part is like you have to like fully wall run this shit. You know what I mean?
One more top blue, one more front blue.
I don't know if I'm crazy with that take, but that lane just looks and feels awkward.
I don't think Zola. You got Zola, I'm having. One more front lane.
OpTi's Arsenal a few weeks back. I hope that map comes back. Yeah, Arsenal or Gridlock would play really well, I think.
One more top.
Any of the BO4 maps, honestly. The BO4 maps are just a good size for this type of game, I think.
Stay down. One shot, two real. One more.
I'm going new. One more front.
Heard you. I'm helping you now.
There might be cut.
Yes.
Alright, I'm going left.
P1.
I'm gonna go top green.
I felt so.
Solar, 2 real. You want that? I need
Flip, by the way.
off that.
Spawn green.
One shot B cut and then one shot hold to me.
Trying.
No. I can't one shot.
I'm maping.
He's gonna be B cut.
Yeah.
Top green. Kill horde.
I don't see the big. Minus.
Nice, Mo. B cut. Wait.
Two of them. One shot, middle.
Okay.
I'm netting
They're
mid.
spawning on me. Boathouse
Be
dead.
cut, dead. Nice.
Nice,
Good job.
they're
Stay
spawning on me
blocking.
for sure.
Stay blocking.
Guys,
Yep.
this is good. We're in the
Now
lead.
just spawning on
Maintain
Tyler.
curve
Yes,
coverage.
spawning on
Spawning on Tyler. Heard you. Nate, get me cut.
Behind me, green. Top.
Do I ever game? I play a lot of League and TFT. I don't really play too much COD. Again, I watch a lot of COD. I don't really play it a lot anymore. I played a lot when I was younger, and when I think the games were better. I don't really like these games as much, though. I will say I think I like playing this game a lot more than any of the CDL CODs.
They can't kill me.
I just get, I feel like I would get really burnt out if I was also playing COD. Watching COD for all of scrims and then going home and playing COD just doesn't seem nice to me, honestly.
One steep.
Thoughts on this TFT set? I actually think it's really fucking good.
Right on you.
Guarantee kills. Slow down, okay?
This TFT set, it has me addicted. I will not lie.
2P1.
When will TFT streams return?
Right, deep right.
Maybe off and on. I like doing this a lot more.
I'm staying alive. Okay, I'm staying
I don't know, I just don't, if I'm playing something, I kind of like to just chill out and not have to
on the box.
be full entertainment mode. And that's not a knock on like streaming, but
Still have a headstone for the next hill, okay?
Yep.
Hey, Christo.
when I play shit, I'm just like super quiet and I'm just chilling, you know? I feel like it would be pretty boring to watch.
I'm chowing the back.
What's our peak in TFT? Diamond. I'm gonna try and get Diamond again this set. My friend made it to Masters, and that's kind of
I'm going deep spawn.
making me want to grind for Masters this set, especially because I really like it, and I think it's a competitive set.
I don't see anything motel. I have a motel.
Yo, be cut on me.
One
I'm
shot.
green, mid. Green, top I'm green. watching you top green.
Geo's top green.
Top green.
Mid right now. Speed.
Pinching mid. That's two pinching mid. One more, Carson. I have your top green.
I'm behind them.
Got me.
Nice. Stay alive. One spawn on you.
But I will say, if there was going to be a map replaced, I feel like Colossus. Like let's say for Hardpoint, I think Colossus is the first one gone. Search is kind of up in the air. I feel like it could be either Colossus or Raid. I personally don't like Colossus. I think it's a whack map. I think you get to lanes very quickly. I think if you fuck up and take the wrong route, you're still able to do whatever you needed to do very quickly.
One more, 10.
It's very straight up.
Their side solar. Geo. Their side solar.
Geo, one shot. Hold on me, one shot. Geo, there's two ults.
Nice. I'm baiting.
Go and be cut top. Go and be
Be
cut.
cut.
Weak, nice.
Good job.
I'm on an ish. You should go up there. Get up there.
Yeah, Search is just,
He's top motel, going left.
yeah, Search doesn't play well.
I got it.
Search is very straight up too.
Another one, there's at 10.
He's left lane.
Blackheart over Losses. I mean, Blackheart's just part of the map. Oh, you mean in Search? I don't even know where the search sites are on Blackheart, honestly. I'll be completely real with you.
Top green.
Cortex? Probably not. I thought Cortex in the beta was going to be a good map, but I quickly realized, and when it was 44 pro play, like that outer lane needs to be better. Like it needs to be longer and bigger. It's technically just a 2.5 lane map if you take into account that outer lane. I thought it was going to be more useful, but that shit is just like, it's way too small to be an actual lane.
Heard you. I'm waiting.
Let's go.
Nothing blue.
Otherwise, that map I felt like played pretty well. There's just that one part of the map. And having that one part of the map be
Going down on my wall.
influential is more important.
Sure.
All good.
Not even, they would have pinched me one.
They're really pussy. It's all good.
Yeah, they are.
Nobody's gonna really hit anything there because of the new scope.
Search and destroy.
Me and Ned are going P1.
Yeah, he was ripping.
Hit it, or...
No, we're holding off angle.
We're
Always.
holding it. We're holding off angle.
I want to watch respawn this guy.
Defend the objective.
Obviously, search is important to be good at, but I want to watch him just in respawns, low key,
Holy
because he is ripping.
Okay. Yeah. Heard that.
I'll probably watch this map and then I'll probably have to get off.
Yeah, we won't go from P4 side. Okay, I think we double hit B cut then.
I can hit big cut. I have a good spawn.
Okay, I'm gonna play top window and look low right. Paul's gonna go top their window. I'm not even gonna mess with them, to be honest. I'm just gonna hold low right.
Let's fucking go, boys.
One of them is probably gonna pinch right. So they want
1 second, I'm texting
Yeah, my
parents real quick.
I'm with you, Nate.
Alright, is anyone picking up the right thing?
Go out or I'll bait for you.
I can get it.
Can we scrim tomorrow? Yeah, I have scrims booked tomorrow. Scrim tomorrow and Wednesday.
They're top one shot, Paul.
Thursday we have like the Huntsman thing,
I'm right, as it is.
and then after Thursday I think everyone or like a lot of teams are just taking off. Actually no, Friday I'm going home, Braden's going home, and Mason's going home, and I think we're gonna take off for a little bit.
Corner. Nothing big cut.
I'm already pinch B cut.
My favorite restaurant in Westchester? I have a bunch.
Peek up right now. Running.
There's some good ones.
I got him.
No, we're good.
They're
We're good.
running it
Running
down
on
mid.
mid. Running on mid. They're gonna be right.
Reese says one
Maybe
shot,
right.
our side P1. There's two P1. They're rapping. They're rapping.
I'm holding
I need ladder.
Outer. As it is chilling you.
I'm not trying to dox though, but
On the outer way.
there's some good ones like White Plains, Eastchester, Westchester, or Eastchester,
Yeah, outer and close.
Scarsdale.
He crossed.
Paul's gonna reset right. Okay?
I'm going big cut.
Did Burke really speak on Alluka? No, chat. I was fucking baiting. I was baiting. We were joking about it in the chat though, so it's not like fully out of it. I was just trying to fucking bait.
You got one on bottom servers fast. You went on bottom servers fast.
He's side door. He ran back to the
Gotta go left. Nice.
When does scrim start after the break?
You guys left here.
I'm gonna go mid.
So it depends on if we scrim between the 26th and 28th or 29th. I know Ann is going away between like the 29th to the 2nd.
Hearts on their side 10.
So we might scrim in between those days. If not, it'll be like after the 2nd, most likely.
Just right. That, I'm on it.
I'm pinching now. I'm pinching now.
Outer weak, outer dead.
He's holding pinch. He's in there. Tower weak. He does their shortcut out. Just stay left.
I'm not taking the
Hey, appreciate that, Sabs. You always had the mind for the analytical part of COD? Yeah, it's always interested me, for sure.
Yeah, they might wrap. I'm holding couches.
But it's a lot of, especially since I didn't play, it was a lot of understanding and learning before I could really figure out what the fuck was going on.
Pick up.
You ever give the Huntsman some tips or strats? I was doing some VOD on stream yesterday, and
I'm going couches.
I uploaded and sent them it. At least I was telling Kips, and Niam even came earlier to the stream, and he was saying that he peeped it. But I might try and give him some more stuff. It's hard because my main focus is the main team, and it's not like I can watch scrims most of the time because they play at the same time as us, or again, like right now I'm streaming and just doing some other stuff with you guys. I probably could watch the scrims, but again, usually when I'm streaming, I only stream for like 2, maybe 3 hours. But I'll try and do some more stuff watching them and that stuff. I thought their improvement this week was really cool to see. Like going from top 16 to top 6 is a big improvement for an amateur team as new as them. But they still have some stuff to work on for sure. But they have potential. Like I was talking in the VOD session yesterday. If you guys haven't checked it out, by the way, it's on my YouTube. Here, I'll link the YouTube. But my last video, I was basically going over one of the hard points they lost to against. Who did they lose to round 1? They lost their first match yesterday, top 8. But I watched it was Awakening scene. Awakening, Yuli, Geo, and somebody else. And I think it's 2 real. And I basically walked through some hardpoint situations, overload situations. So go check that out if you're interested.
Okay, one tower.
Setting up another right bench, bro.
Hit mid on me already, Paul. He's right side mid.
They might shift this.
He's on the heady. He's
Shifting
gonna
it right.
be on the heady.
Priest is one shot P2.
I'm going right as well. Okay, I'm in a corner. I'm just holding.
Yeah, me too.
They might shift it again, boys.
Yeah.
Shifting it left.
It's mid.
Paul was our mid. He's going mid.
Radio.
In red, bottom red. Let's do bottom red too.
Dead. Low,
On me right, outer, Priesta, and then ball.
No, top. He's top blue.
Yo, he was
I'm
getting
taking the ball, I'm
pissed.
not taking the ball.
He was trying to emphasize it.
Swampy cut.
How does Ralphie get all the challenge talent?
Netted bottom red.
He's probably got some shooters, bro. Some good eyes that
Top broken.
kind of let him know. If I had to guess,
Nice.
eye and ears throughout the scene. Cause like I've heard of the name before. I didn't, cause I see S&D. A lot of S&D players will like play with each other, or play against each other, and shit like that. So I've seen the name before. I didn't know he's fucking this gross. But Mason knew him as like an S&D guy. I'm not sure if the other guys knew him. But a lot of times people like tweet out about S&D stuff, and if you follow enough, you'll recognize some ats and stuff.
Just need to make sure we're guaranteeing kills here, alright?
But I didn't know he played Respawn. I just thought he was S&D guy. Mason was like, he plays a lot of 2v2 search. Yo, what's good? So I got into League, and let's just say it's frustrating. Sometimes I've been maining misfortune.
Run the fuck up on them here. Let's go.
So I will say,
Okay.
good on you for getting into League.
Listen. Play.
Only issue is AD carry is probably one of the hardest
I'm a pinch deep.
positions to like carry out of.
I'm doing the one pinch. now,
Just because if your team's not playing for you, you're kind of fucked. But MF is a really good champ to learn as like your first ADC.
Nice, I'm pinching
I would
deep,
just
I'm pinching deep, boys.
like
1 sec,
basically worry
1
about
sec, boys. 1 sec.
at the early game. Worry about just learning new champs. ARAMs are really good for that too. Unless you're diving straight into rank, just trying to get your best at like CSing. It's probably your best bet at starting out. And I appreciate the sub, Seabass. Thank you.
Radio. I have all the right now, okay?
Okay, I'm going
One bottom right, King Abodi, 1 shot.
It was Alec.
Yeah, he jumped up. One more.
Outside left, top just heady. Paul's in our spawn. Our left, top
He cut.
I think Alluka gets picked up before Major 1, and if anyone should get him, I think he'll get picked up. I don't know about how quickly. I would assume after Major 1, but shit, I don't know how quickly these teams are moving. If they're trying to move ASAP and lock this guy, there's a possibility he gets rumored to a team or some shit. Hey, thank you for the 5 gifted Seabass as well. I appreciate that.
I have your deep door.
Hope the league grind works out for you.
There's one back door, 1 shot. Priest.
Regardless, dude, I'm bad at the game too, but it's fun, even if you're just starting to learn out. It's just a big skill gap to learn everything, but once you start getting the hang of it,
On the ball, he's on the
learning
ball.
more, it gets really fun.
Close right, Carson. Wait for me, Carson.
Would I ever do a league teaching videos? No, I fucking suck at that game. I'm hard stuck gold or plat usually, so I would probably never do a league video.
Nate it up.
Hey, it's Sabs. Appreciate the 5 gifted too. Yo, double 5 gifted bombs in the last few minutes. What the hell? Good shit. Thank you guys. I appreciate that.
I got you, Nate. One more. Run.
No, man.
I'm going Nate.
Friends should be godlike on this game. I think it'll actually play really well. At least you could do the wall bound shit. Like last year, it played a little awkward because you couldn't do stuff like that. But yeah.
I'm holding mid. Top right. Yeah, I have it.
Suck B cut. He's B cut. Jumped out on me. Tin. And Dojo 1 shot. And tin.
I'm aping this.
Really weak.
So is this Luha kid the best player right now out of the league? I mean, he's got a lot of talent. It's hard to say best one, but dude, he looked really fucking good yesterday, and they won the cup.
Nice.
Go mid to left.
Yeah.
But you know, COD is a team game. But he was dropping numbers. I won't lie.
I'm going top blue.
Just tuning into Hansen's scrim. I was going to, but I realized that they had basically just started, and I'm about to hop off after this map anyway. But I'm gonna try and do some more Huntsman type stuff. Again, I posted the YouTube video where I broke down some Huntsman stuff,
Mapping him.
and
Mid on me.
yeah, I'll try and do some more stuff with them. because I see him in office every now and then too. Neum is the most pro ready right now. I think Neum will 100% get picked up at some point this year. If not this year, next year, because I think is one of the up next guys too. He's got talent.
I can't go middle real. B cut, B cut. Oh, he's going our front broken, Alec.
Hey, he's in broken. He's in broken. He's in broken. He's in broken.
I was even saying that shit in MW3. Like he was playing with amateurs with Paul. What was it? Paul, Ryan, and 04 was their team when they were playing MW3 before 04 got picked up. And I thought Neum's like gunny. Like there was obviously stuff game sense wise that he could improve, but he was like super young then too. Gunny wise, he was actually really cracked in that game. I didn't watch him too much in BO6, but people were saying because he uses sub, I'm pretty sure in MW3, and then he switched to an AR. But since MW3, I thought he was like probably going to be at the league at some point, so I can see him being next up for sure. Like with some of these other guys. I'm glad that they picked him up as like one of the guys for Huntsman, because I was actually really liked his shit in MW3 when I was watching him, or when I was watching challengers a lot more. Kind of both HWKI or Quickie, I don't know how to say your name, but a little bit of both. Macro things and specific plays, but mostly macro things. Kind of just getting more situations of 2v2s and 2v3s with each other. I think that's the best for like reps in this game, or just in S&D practice in general. And then kind of just sticking to some default stuff, but trying some new stuff if we want to try something that we've seen another team do or something like that.
I have a UAV.
So this is what I was talking about, chat. This is the perma UAV that you get if you use CDL mode rather than regular CDL regular overload and changing the settings.
I have a UAV.
You get perma UAV in sudden death. So you can't really use CDL overload right now.
2v4, 2v4, 2v4.
Hang on. I'm deep out of play. Wait, I'm deep.
What controller do I rock?
Let's fucking go. Why is there a fucking UAV?
A PS5 scuff.
Like, that's not my
But shit,
fault.
I don't really use it too much, chat. I won't lie. I don't play much. I play a lot of M and Key stuff now. But when I do play, that's all I use. What's going on, JP in chat? Unfortunately, Thick, I'm about to get off, so that is what is up. But I appreciate you tuning in. That's gonna do it for me, guys. Who can I send you to? Or is one of the Huntsman guys streaming? I rated Kips yesterday. Let me see. Are they not streaming? Oh, yo, go watch JCap. He's doing some analysis of CDL matches. I was watching a stream this morning. Great breakdowns from the GOAT. Or one of the GOATs, I should say. Go watch Cap, and he's doing some more breakdowns. He's watching LEC Gentlemates right now, actually. All right, peace, chat. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for tuning in.